Hi, it's Denise Dubie here at CA World, and I'm talking with H. Paul Haiduk from West Texas A&M University. He's here to share some insight into a program he partners with CA on to build mainframe skills from scratch. It's one of the few programs in the country. H. Paul, tell me about your program.
Well, our program started about 5 years ago when computer science and engineering came together to form a brand new department. At the beginning of that, we were looking for a way to make ourselves unique. And as a result of that, at the same time, serendipitously, we were approached by an IBM ambassador and asked us to consider incorporating mainframe. Well, we did, and we began to do that, began to continue doing research into what the job market held, and as a result of that, we realized from feedback that we really needed to be serious. So at that point, we instituted a four-course track, a track in enterprise computing, which parallels our software engineering track. And as a result of that, we are now placing students in CA, Fidelity, and other shops that are heavy into mainframe computing. And it turns out that our graduates are the highest average starting salary graduates from our university.
That's quite the accomplishment.
As a result of that, our students compete in something called Master of the Mainframe. We have competed so successfully, we have more in the top 5 of that competition of about 4,600 students or competitors now. We have more in the top 1% than any other North American university.
Now, you said you did some research on the job market. Did you see demand for mainframe skills and that drove the program?
We did. We saw a very serious problem in those companies that were relying on their senior talent, this 20, 30 years worth of experience, and they didn't have the new blood coming in. Part of that was because of IBM's alienation of the academic world. And so in general, academicians sort of have a real distaste for IBM. And even though today they don't some of them don't understand why they have it, it's part of the culture. So there was basically no output from academia that were preparing students to even think about mainframe. So that's further, how would I say, that further exacerbated this myth that the mainframe was going to die. Well, it turns out it didn't, and it's booming. And as a result of finding that and seeing that gap and seeing the fact that we're in the beginning of the retirement of the baby boomers, coupled with an even more severe shortage in the mainframe area, we saw a great opportunity to be unique. And it turns out that we are. So now we have, we're now the university to beat in the Master of the Mainframe competition. We have, of our students who graduate and go into mainframe jobs, we have 100% retention.
Great. Why do you think there's a myth that the mainframe is going away?
Well, that was perpetuated by, the popular trade media.
Which I used to be a part of.
Right. Well, I mean, that was perpetuated by that, and there are several notables that, have been, now we quote them jokingly, that it was going to die as of some date a good number of years back. Well, it didn't. It's still here. As a matter of fact, it is the only platform that can do the kind of computation that when you start talking about millions and billions of transactions, it's the only one that can do it with the reliability that it does. So, it's just pretty clear. Somebody's got to do that.
Right. So what are you hoping to communicate at the show?
Well, what we want to communicate is that, in fact, we're providing that talent. And what we really want to do is to elicit further partnerships to help us increase the pipeline coming in. If we increase the pipeline coming in, that should well translate into a bigger amount coming out. And with the demand that's out there, with my phone ringing all the time with, do you have anybody? We hope to bring on more partners to help us build that pipeline and turn out more of those graduates into those kinds of opportunities.
Great. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us.
You bet.
We'll have more from CA World.